A video of a proposal which took an unusual twist is trending online. The lady who was proposed to revealed that she got a phone call from someone who told her that her boyfriend was having issues with some armed person. The girl who was seen being dragged around by her boyfriend's friend revealed that the mood of the scene when she arrived made her break down. It, however, ended up with her saying yes to her boyfriend's proposal. Okay, so before we dive into the topic of discussion proper, you can join the conversation by calling us on 090-8408-8408. I'll call that again, 0909-8408-8408, to share your opinion on this particular topic. So let's look at the video.
Give us the money. You don't give us that money.
Okay, so my take on this story is there are different ways to propose. That was too extreme. So my own, like when I saw that video, I was like, okay, so what if the girl had fainted? What if something else had happened to her at the point of, because that's too expensive. That was like an expensive joke. And there, like I said earlier, there are different ways to propose. You get, I've seen different proposal videos online where the guy takes the girl out to a very fancy restaurant, and you know, they sit down, they eat, and all of a sudden, you know, will you marry me comes up and all. I've seen another scenario where just the proposal is just between you and your friends and family and all. So looking at that video, looking at that scenario, that was too extreme, and it wasn't even something that should be done. You can't be playing on someone's emotions like that.
For real, that was I don't know what kind of aesthetic of romance is going for, but for me,
there's no romance.
There's no romance in that. That's no romance. According to the topic, the skits or pranks. I think these days, all the skits makers, all this prank they make, I think they're making them too extreme. Because I feel, like you mentioned, what if she had fainted? Like you just got the call that, oh, the boyfriend is in this kind of situation, and you get there, you see harmed people and everything. Like what if I was the one, and at the end, for example, if I was the one, and at the end I found out that, oh, so you wanted to propose to me, that's why you staged this fracas of a thing? Definitely no. But see, I really won't. Well, it can't be me, Sha. It can't be me, because looking at the video, I'm not trying to like stereotype or judge, but normally you could see the kind of person the boyfriend is, the kind of friends he has. So I think that kind of thing should not be probably new to her. Yeah. Probably, maybe. I'm not saying probably, but for me, I feel like it's not. But one thing I really take from that, like as a positive thing, is that, oh, even like despite the call of like, it's something like a sudden thing and something you're not prepared for, and for you to still like show up, like look at the way she was still struggling, like, oh, what is going on? Like, but one thing I didn't like was how one of the friends was holding her by her boobs, and I'm like, what was that? What was that?
So that was so extreme.
I mean, for me, it can't happen to me, but then if, let's say eventually, it's a no, I'm going to turn down, like it's a no, just forget about it. Like that was way too exciting. There's nothing romantic in that thing. There's nothing. Like it's like it spells out in capital letter violence. Like that was too extreme.
Like that is a lot of.
They were grabbing the girl. Yeah. What if in the process of grabbing you suffocate the girl, and in the process the girl
passed out?
What's going to? Are you going to say, oh, you were trying to propose? Like there are better ways to do proposal. Like
doing that.
You don't have to make it expensive. Yeah. There are better ways to do things.
Well, like you guys have said, or like we've all said, there are better ways of proposing to your girlfriend. There are better ways of doing things. You don't need to use violence or trying to
I feel like that's a red flag. Like
yeah,
that violence is a red flag.
Very bold one. You said yes.
Okay, let us get justice for anybody tomorrow, please.
Okay, so moving on to the next story. Now, ace Nigerian rapper M.I., whose real name is Jude Abaga, along with his wife Eniola Mafe. Mafe, have shared their experience with a medical condition. They revealed that they have been battling attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, a commonly diagnosed neurodevelopmental disorder in childhood that can persist into adulthood. Now, symptoms of ADHD include difficulty paying attention, impulsive behavior, and hyperactivity. Now, during an interview on the Aproko Doctor podcast, the couple discussed how they manage their condition by prioritizing effective communication and understanding. Mafe, who was diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 19, shared that the disorder affected her while she was in school. The Abagas got married on September 2022 in a traditional wedding ceremony held for the pair in Lagos. After the low-key wedding, a video of it went viral online, showing the singer and his wife looking stunning in their traditional attire. We've had a couple of celebrities who have been diagnosed with ADHD. Now, there's always this misconception that ADHD is part of the autism spectrum. Now, this is me just trying to inform people that it is not part of the autism spectrum. Although there are some conditions that can there are some symptoms rather that can be similar to that of the autism spectrum. Now, ADHD is just I don't want to call it a disease. It's a it's a condition that makes you how will I put it? There are symptoms like inattention. You can't really focus on what you want to do. You procrastinate, like you don't really like pay attention to a particular thing. It's just like, okay, you want to do something and you have another thing coming into place with whatever you want to do. So, and we've had so many celebrities that are on this spectrum. We've had Justin Timberlake, we've had Will Smith, we've had Walt Disney, the person that created Mickey Mouse. We've had so many celebrities who are on this spectrum. Yes. So what do you guys think?
For ADHD, for MIN is right to come out say, yes, they have this thing. You see, in Nigeria, when it comes to illness, when it comes to things like this, probably like diseases like this, you really don't see people showing interest, like people. And I'll probably say maybe it's a Gen Z thing, because I think on Twitter recently I've been seeing a lot of people in their bio they write ADHD. Like, I just think that, do these people really know the meaning of what they're writing on their bio, or you just like want to feel among like, because I think mental health is something that's very, very important these days, and next thing you want to claim probably some kind of benefit, next thing you attach it to your mental health and everything, and it doesn't make sense. You already said ADHD, it affects your concentration.
Your concentration
like
level.
there's some things you do, I just feel like you can't concentrate and everything. See, this boils down to the fact that in Nigeria, there are a lot of things that are like overlooked because you just believe it does not exist. Especially when it comes to older generation. When you mention mental health to them, they're like, what's that? There was a time, I remember when I was in school during my final year. In fact, it got to a point I was just so tired of everything. Then I was supposed to have church dinner in school, and my mom called and I told her I wasn't going to go. She was like, why? I said I'm depressed. She was like, what's depressed? I'm not depressed in Jesus' name. I'm like, this is what I was doing. Then she prayed on it. But like, see, it doesn't work that way. So when you tell them about mental, like, what was all that? See, you see, his wife said she was diagnosed at the age of 19. Because some get diagnosed probably when they were little. Some when they had of. See, for some people, it's not when they are young. Some it's probably they're old already. That's when. And this condition is nothing that can be cured. You manage it to.
You have to manage it
to your lifetime.
And in a way of managing, you have to seek professional help. You need to go for therapy and
major mode of treatment is like for therapy, especially behavioral therapy, because people with ADHD, they have this they really can't relate with people. They have this problem with relating with because communication because most things probably you say A, they will not probably see it as A, or they might have difficulty understanding what you're saying. And I really like the fact that Emma and his wife came out to share their experiences and everything. And I think this should probably spur people to also come out and share their opinion. Even if they're not going to share their experience, at least they will gain more experience, they will gain more knowledge from it, and probably so that when you see people with this kind of symptoms, you don't just assume that what is wrong with these people. You could just be like, okay, probably it could be related to this disease or something. So people don't just brush them off.
I'm just happy that this generation, at least we are coming out now, because older generations, they just feel like, okay, this kind of thing that you can say, it's just you being nonchalant, like it's just you're nonchalant. Like I'm fine with this generation. They are cool coming out. Like, okay, this is what I'm facing, and I'm glad that this generation is not a generation that people will bash it. That why are you coming out? You don't want people to notice you. Though there are some things that people tell you people want you to notice them. And we know clouds when we see clouds, but I'm just happy that this kind of thing people will come out to support you. That okay, you know what? So I just want to use this opportunity to say, okay, God will be with them in their marriage, and at least they are trying to manage it, and I feel people around there will try to understand them and support them.
Yeah, I'm glad that they had to come out to speak about this spectrum that they have.